Good day everyone, I am Frederic Salimi. This e-course will be uploaded in our training workspace. If you are interested in full access of this e-course, please send us an email given in description. Have a good day and talk to you later.
A brief description about my qualification and experience. I have a master's degree in dependability, which covers safety, reliability, maintainability, and availability. I also have a BS degree in process control and instrumentation. I worked several years with engineering companies like Technip and operators like Total. I was involved in pre-project, FEED, detailed design, construction, and operation. Today we discuss about digital twin with fire zone and process safety e-courses. This is a generic version and will be customized for each installation or project. This course takes one day, and we give you access to EPC 365 training monitor for discussions. The objective of this course is to have a practical understanding of digital twin with fire zone and process safety courses for oil and gas installations. The generic design of the digital twin will be a page like this. Basically on the top we put all the information about the hazard, HAZOP, risk assessments, EIA, HSE case, compliance, and the accidents. And on the left hand side we put a description of fire zones and process safety management system elements, safety critical elements, and safety engineering topics, quality, etc. I will show you in the next presentation how it works. The dashboard of the digital twin with dynamic simulations and e-courses for your installation or for your projects will be a page like this. I start by the fire zones. In fact, we divide the installation in different fire zones, whether you have it or we do it for you. And each fire zones will be shown like this. And on the top there are the fire and explosion here. This icon, and the gas release toxic or flammable, and this is a failure of the safety and environmental critical elements. And if you remember in our e-courses that fire zone means by the physical barrier or by safety distance there will prevent the escalation from one area to another area. For example, if there is a fire and explosion in fire zone 1, there will not be escalate to the fire zone 2 because of the safety distances here. So when you are in a fire zone 1, we want to analyze what are the safety process safety informations are here. So the layout of the installation is like this. When you click on the fire zone, you come up to the layout and it shows you the equipment in this area. For example, there are pig receivers like this. There is a separation area. For example, it's called slug catcher, LP separator, mercury removal unit, and the deluge skid. So now we have to understand here what are the e-courses relevant to this fire zone here. So let's start by e-courses. There are e-courses here. We link it here. Basically, there are certain e-courses created by Adab Academy customized based on installation, and simulation. It can be the result of the consequence analysis, the packages like FAST, etc. And also dynamic simulation that Adab Academy will prepare. Virtual reality, also Adab Academy prepared the virtual reality. And also if there is a vendor e-courses, the SE training, HSE training, inspection, maintenance, and also escape routes, company e-courses if there are, fire and gas, firefighting, hazardous area, passive fire protection, 3D model if there is a 3D model, and also lesson learned, EER, and the general. So this is the e-courses here, where for the simulation, and there will be the simulation here. And also you remember that our package, if you want to create a discussion, you can insert whether a link, whether a file, or whether a embedded video, etc. So you can insert the video. I will show you later, for example, in the generic training courses that we have, how we embedded for the discussion. So, and also virtual reality, and here again, we can create a discussion with the relevant link to the video and URL, etc. And manuals is very important, and that in each fire area, for example, this is a reception and picked up an MRU. We have the engineer manual, we have the HSE manual, integrity operating manual, quality and safety critical elements, CMOP if there is, and training manual. All of these things are recorded in a nice manner directory that can be easily found by the operator to understand what are the systems here. So this is the in the area. If there is a fire and explosion, we want to see what happens in case of the fire and explosion. We create the different scenarios. For example, if there is a fire in the separation area, there is 3 flame detectors detect this. This one does not detect because of obstacle here. We have a voting system 2 out of 3, and we want to see what happens in case of the fire detection here. We put the fire and gas cause and effect matrix here. For example, this is receiving facilities, and here the effect is minimic annunciation panel in CCR, in control room, operator workstation, and general alarm, and EST logic if there is an executive action. All of these things will be linked in the customized digital twin. Here we show, for example, here the flame detector, what action it will have, and this will be shown clearly for in case of the fire detection. And in case of the gas release, for example, this is a gas release, again we see here the gas detectors. This is the gas cloud, and again what will be the in case of the, for example, gas detection, 50% of LFL, 2 out of N, what is the executive action will be for this this action. So if we go through this is this, and also for the safety critical element in each area, it is written, for example, if there is a flame detection, a fire detection, fire detectors are safety critical elements, and any discussion, any training, anything will be here. We put here about, for example, failure, etc. And here we can insert if there is any video, any file, any links, anything will be here for this safety critical element. So as a whole, as a summary, in each the concept of the digital twin by Adebo Academy is the vision of the installation in different fire zone, and each fire zone we look at the fire and explosion, gas release, and safety critical element, and with the auditable and traceable training materials there. So now let's discuss about on the top menu we put all the hazard and effect process. For example, in any installation you have hazard, which are for identifications of the risk. This is for process and this is for major accidents. And then safety integrity level, risk assessment, allow demonstration, code and standards, and safety dossier for permitting or HS case, and environmental impact assessment, compliance, and accidents. Let's go through one of them or a couple of them for review. For example, here we have a hazard training. This is a generic hazard training which is here, and for the training workspace, in fact, we created different nodes, and for each nodes you have the possibility whether Adab Academy will put the dynamic simulation ECourses here, and you can give answer to them, or you can insert a new discussion about this node, and our experts will answer to your questions. So this is for hazard, and for the seal there are different for the seal assignment and seal verification, and there is a seal training workspace. Again, this is the training allocation and functional safety also. You can get this information. The other things is about code and standards. The code and standards, when basically we divide this code and standard for the safety critical elements, because they are critical elements, we want to make sure that the code and standards are available, understood, and these are the for hazard prevention functions, which are a left hand side of the bow tie, and the control function on the right hand, and mitigation and ER. All of these safety critical elements, for example, if I want to see the hydrocarbon containment code and standards is here. There will be a link to this code and standard in this digital twin, and the operator will have access to all the code and standards easily for safety critical elements. The other things here is HSE case, and HSE case, all the relevant information will be there. EIA, environmental impact assessment, and compliance. Compliance is normally we have to have the compliance with normally three major things: is international code and standards, company specification, if there is a company has a we have to comply with that, and the local regulation. All of this training will be here, and make sure that the people understood how to comply with the requirement of HSE in the installation. And finally, accident investigation. We accidents. We created different e-courses. For example, accident investigation, emergency response, internal and external communication. We will add other topics based on the customer's training, with discussion with the company to insert it here for the training. So on the top is HEM process. On the left hand side, if I said here, these are the fire zones, and in each fire zones, as I said before, you have the workspace. In fact, we put all the documentation here. There are the task management, and also there is the task and the calendars, and also the categories of discussion, as I said before, about the ECourses, simulation, etc. They are in each fire zones in this here. There is a process safety management system training. In fact, we have 20 elements of CCPS. There is a training course here that is a generic, but for each of these element there will be a dedicated customized training for each project or installation. And the other one is safety engineering. This is very important for the modifications of the change. If you want to do something, changing any things, there are the different topics. For example, safety concept, passive fire protection, active fire protection, fire and gas detection. So let's see, for example, safety concept. The safety concept, there will be a discussion like this. For example, this is what we put here in safety to be customized. As I said before, safety concept, this is a generic safety concept that we put this video here, and the people can go and they can ask the question, and then we will answer to their questions. So the same things, the safety concept is very important because all aspects of engineering, as I showed again, about the shutdown, drop object, hazardous area classification, layout principle. For example, layout, if there is a layout, for example here, the safety distances, as I said here, for example, for the fire zone restricted area. There is a video, you can understand how we divide the installation on different fire zones. So, and also CMOP dossier, key performance indicator, HSSE, and for the company management system, we put a system here, and all these SharePoint are here. You have the possibility to schedule the meeting with our expert. Now I give you EPC 365 training workspace. You can go to process safety management system training. In fact, for each element, there is a workspace which covers like this. And in this workspace, the company put all the informations about operation, design, documentation, etc. Then we create an e-course, and then we put it in discussion here. We have also a system of planning and managing the deliverables for the process safety management system for each element, because we consider each element as a project. So this is an example of the discussion and we put the training here, and the staff will give answer, and then we coach them, and we see if they understood certain things, and then report it to the managers. I added a CSP video. This is an accident that took place in the Valero refinery in Texas. And it has a very good recommendation of CSP about dead legs and winterization, and how to manage the process safety to avoid accidents like this. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question about process safety management system, please send us an email to pmc@epc365.com. We have two websites. One is in French, the other one is in English. There are request forms, and you can send us your questions, then we will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you very much, and talk to you in our next workshop.
The CSB found that lack of winterization procedures also contributed to a massive fire that took place in 2007 at the Valero refinery near Sunray in the Texas Panhandle. The fire occurred in a unit that used large amounts of high-pressure liquid propane. Years earlier, the unit had been reconfigured, creating a dead leg, or a section of piping without any flow of liquid. Dead legs are particularly vulnerable to the hazards of freezing, and the dead leg at Valero was blocked on one side by a leaky valve. These two serious accidents illustrate the importance of establishing effective winterization programs at refineries, chemical plants, and other facilities that handle hazardous materials. The CSB has established key winterization safety lessons that facilities should follow. Facilities should effectively identify and address the risk of freeze-related hazards to piping and process equipment through process hazard analyses, management of change evaluations, pre-startup safety reviews, and operating procedures. Create and implement a winterization checklist to ensure that their plant and process systems are ready for cold weather. Establish a formal written freeze protection program. Survey piping systems for dead legs and ensure they are properly isolated, removed, or winterized.